Hey, yo, what up? Welcome back. This is not a podcast. It's just my thoughts with Rob Markman. Second episode today, man. Second episode today. Might be a third one. Got to discuss this Diddy trial, too. Just waiting for it to conclude, gather some notes, and figure out if there was anything really worth reporting. I mean, it seems like it is, but, I'll sit with that. That may come a little later or first thing tomorrow. But second episode of the day, if you didn't go check out my video on Lloyd Banks' new album, definitely go check that out. All right, I would appreciate it. Also, I just got the notification today that the channel has hit 4 million views collectively, so I want to thank y'all for that. That's due to y'all support, so it's all because of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Also want to shout out Miranda T, who follows the channel, who comments, who just is all in it, man. We love you, Miranda. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for all of the support. Now, the topic at hand, Kendrick Lamar and SZA, their reign on the Billboard Hot 100 continues, and this week they broke some records with their collaboration for Luther. Amazing record. Love it. The song is number one for the 12th consecutive week, all right? For starters, that makes it the longest number one for a debut, for a duet. Longest number one for a duet that has a solo male and a solo woman as co-duets, co-headliners. So that's cool. So it's the longest running number one duet for a man and a woman solo. And then Luther is the longest leading hip hop and R&B track this decade. All right. It just surpassed Roddy Ricch's The Box. Roddy Ricch's The Box, if you remember, was number one for 11 weeks in 2020. So Luther surpassed that with this now being his 12th week. It's a coincidence because I saw Rowdy when I was at the Kendrick and SZA GNX tour on Friday at MetLife Stadium. Rowdy was, hanging out watching the show. So I wonder what that conversation was like between him and Dot backstage, feeling like, they might break his record because that Roddy Ricch, The Box number one that was crazy. You remember what that era was like. So 12 weeks at number one is a big deal. But speaking of Roddy Ricch too, I believe his new album should be coming sooner than later, is what I keep hearing. So, Roddy got new music on the way too. At number 2 on the chart was Alex Warren, Ordinary, Gaga and Bruno at number 3. Drake and Nokia are holding strong at number 4. I still contend, not number 1, right? Or you're going to have no number 1, but shit, man, Nokia's a hit record. Nokia is a hit record, staying strong at number 4. Shabuzi continues to kill it at number 5. Chaperones at number 6. Teddy Swims is at number 7. Morgan Wallen is at number 8. Benson Boone is at number 9. And Doechii is at number 10 with Anxiety. Now, getting back to Luther, that news is just cool to me because, obviously it feels good to see hip-hop dominating the charts, especially 2023, there was so much talk about hip hop being absent from the charts, and a lot of people made a big deal about it. A lot of think pieces, a lot of articles were written on it. It's cool just to see hip hop dominate the charts in this way. So as a hip hop fan, I love it. But I also, and not, again, y'all know me, not that the charts are the end all and be all, but it's good when you have this success, man. I think it's healthy for the genre, is healthy for the culture as a whole. But I love how this song in particular puts the spotlight on the late great Luther Vandross. That's where it gets its name from, right? We all know that. It samples the Luther Vandross and Cheryl Lynn version of If This World Were Mine. And then, of course, before that was Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell had their version. So it just recontextualizes the record for a new generation. Like, I wonder... I gotta maybe do some research. Like, did this record help the Luther and Cheryl Lynn version rise in streams? Did it bring overall more awareness to Luther? Like, did Luther's his catalog see a bump because of it? I would be interested, and if so, that's a great benefit. That's a great aside to a song like this. I've shared this on the channel before, but when I first heard GNX, hearing this song just reminded me of my mom. Anytime I hear something Luther, reminds me of my mother. She always played Luther Vandross in the house, listening to Kiss FM in New York, and then just Luther records. Classic, man. Luther is one of those ones, man. He's so amazing. So amazing. Y'all know how that go. And if y'all missed it, I talked about this earlier this year too. There's an amazing documentary that came out at the top of the year on CNN. I believe it may be streaming on Max now, but it's called Luther Vandross Never Too Much. It was directed by Don Porter, and it really showed Luther's life from beginning to end. I highly recommend it. There were things that I learned I thought I knew, but like things like him being on Sesame Street like really early on in his career, or all the commercial work he did, like all the jingles, like there was a part in Luther's career before he blew up where he was a very successful jingle writer for all types of brands and commercials, and then his recording career took off. So it's a great story, man. Definitely, like, I highly recommend it. And like I said, I think it's streaming on Max now, but you should definitely Google it. It's called Luther Vandross Never Too Much. So that's the power of a record like this. How much longer can it reign at the top? It'll be interesting to see how much longer the streak goes, but they broke the record. That Alex Warren Ordinary record is a monster though too. I think eventually that overtakes Luther and becomes number one. We'll see, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm a betting man, eventually records, you start to lose your steam. So how much more steam does Luther have left is the question. And that definitely did what it was supposed to do. But, watch out for that Alex Warren Ordinary record. That record is a beast. Also, speaking of the chart and making history, Bad Bunny is back at number one, all right, on the Billboard 200. That's the album chart. And Fuerza de Guerra is at number 2. And this is the first time that we have 2 Spanish language albums hold the 2 top spots on the Billboard 200. So, charts isn't everything. And I always say that, but it's some interesting, it's good to know the business that you're in, and it's good to celebrate. But that's it. Just wanted to talk about Luther for a minute, deliver that news, man. Salute to Kendrick and SZA. Again, I think elevating, pushing the culture forward. Definitely a beautiful song and a positive song, a song about love. You can't go wrong with that. So I'm all for it. We'll see how much longer it can stay at number one, but it's already surpassed. Everything else after this is just the cherry on top of the cake, you know what I'm saying? And if you haven't seen the GNX tour and you get a chance to, definitely go check it out, man. It's a beautiful moment when they do that record as well. So that's it. I'm going to dive into some work and dive into this Diddy thing. Going to watch the Knicks tonight. So if y'all don't see me later tonight, y'all definitely see me first thing in the morning. But I feel like we're going to talk about this Diddy trial. I think we have to, all right? Till next time. Peace.